There's a mile marker on this road we drove last summer, where the light hit just right and your smile pulled me closer. Remember that night under that wide open sky? Crickets sang their songs while fireflies danced on high. We swore we'd never change, two hearts without a plan. But sometimes forever's not held in a man's hand. You said it's either all in or none at all, caught between the rise and the fall, between goodbye and forever, no matter what. And there's a quiet place where promises get cut. Sometimes love's a road that bends and sways, and we learn to walk away or find new ways. Your laughter's still alive in the back of my mind, but shadows aren't what keep us from being kind. It's the empty space where words don't make sense, where forever gets tested by this distance. You said we'd weather whatever was to come, but sometimes the storm's too tough for some. Between goodbye and forever, no matter what, there's a quiet place where promises get caught. Sometimes love's a road that bends and sways, and we learn to walk away or find new ways. No regrets in the rear view, just lessons learned. And the fire of what's real still softly burns. We're just two stories in a worn-out book, knowing when to hold on and when to look. Between goodbye and forever, no matter what, and there's a quiet place where promises get caught. Sometimes love's a road that bends and sways, and we learn to walk away or find new ways. Sometimes forever slips away porch creaks beneath the weight of worn-out dreams. 2 cups of coffee, steam rising in the morning beams. No riches in our pockets, no promises brand new, but here we are together, just me and you. The rent's overdue, the fridge hums a hollow tune, but your smile breaks through the quiet afternoon. We patch the holes in our shoes with the strength we find in every shared moment, in every line. The world said we crumble under the weight of the fight, but we held on tighter through the endless night. We broke, but we stayed when the fire burned low, when the wallets were empty, still had hearts aglow. In the smallest of kitchens, with hands held tight, we found our forever in the middle of the fight. Late night talks beneath a single kitchen light, dreams written on napkins in the quiet night. No silver spoons, just worn out shoes on the floor, but love's a currency worth fighting for. People said it's better to run than to stay, but sometimes the hardest roads are the only way. We broke, but we stayed when the fire burned low, when the wallets were empty, still had hearts aglow. In the smallest of kitchens, with hands held tight, we found our forever in the middle of the fight. This town might be small and our dreams might be wide, but there's a beauty in scars that we don't have to hide. From cracked windows to the creaky front door swing, we're rich in the memories that these days bring. We broke, but we stayed when the fire burned low, when the wallets were empty, still had hearts aglow. In the smallest of kitchens, with hands held tight, we found our forever in the middle of the fight. So here's to the nights when the world isn't kind, to staying together, to love that's defined. We broke, but we stayed, never walked away. With you, I'm home, come whatever may. We clocked our miles on worn-out roads, Stamped with tales only time told. Sun sinking low, painted gold. Our story's still waiting to unfold. Two worn heads on the dashboard, windows down, feeling the reward. Small town nights, the air smelling sweet, like fresh hay and promises we keep. Your hand in mine, an unspoken vow. Hearts that never knew how to bow. Others say we're chasing ghosts, but we find strength when it hurts the most. Holding tight beneath this vast open sky, where dreams don't fall and hopes don't die. When hearts don't quit under the same sky, we're running free, you and I, through storms that scream and winds that sigh. Our love's a fire, it won't untie, no matter the miles or the shifting tides. We're tethered strong where the blue resides. Coffee cups on the porch at dawn, laughter rising with the rooster's song. Fields of green like our second chance, and every glance a loud romance. Life's hard edges don't shake our faith, rooted deep, no need to chase. Friends say it's folly, but we believe in every sunset a new reprieve. Holding fast beneath that endless dome, where two hearts find a way back home. When hearts don't quit under the same sky, we're running free, you and I, through storms that scream and winds that sigh. Our love's a fire, it won't untie, no matter the miles or the shifting tides. We're tethered strong where the blue resides. Let the world say what it will, we've got a mountain we can't steal. Side by side we carve our days in honest hands and open ways. When hearts don't quit under the same sky, we're running free, you and I, through storms that scream and winds that sigh. Our love's a fire, it won't untie, no matter the miles or the shifting tides. We're tethered strong where the blue resides. Underneath our wide open blue, every breath a promise true. Hearts that hold, souls that try, forever yours, forever The sun settles low on the old back road. We're picking wildflowers where the rivers flow. Your hand finds mine, fingers interlace. No need for words in this quiet place. We drive slow past the fields turning gold. Windows down, stories from days of old. You laugh about how we used to dream of far-off places and endless streams. But here in this moment, the world feels right underneath this blanket of fading light. And if the night should fall too fast, we hold tight to the now, make memories last. This is how we love while we're still here, with every glance, every smile near. No promises needed, no distant plans, just counting moments like grains of sand. Maybe someday the road will call one more time, but until then, your hand will stay in mine. We'll write our story in the dust and the air, living it loud like we truly care. This is how we love while we're still here, with every glance, every smile near. No promises needed, no distant plans, just counting moments like grains of sand. So here's to the nights, the days, the years, to loving like fire when the dawn appears. The broken lights flicker down on Main, empty corners where dreams once came, rusty signs and cracked sidewalks tell a story where hearts once fell. We walk those streets with tired shoes, counting days left to lose. Smoke from factories long since gone, paint peeling from the shuttered shops at dawn. Try to build a life from dust and stone, but this cracked city still surrounds. I've been running these back roads, chasing down the night. Faded signs and county lines, nothing feels quite right. You and me, we spark like fire in a dry field. Burn too fast, no time left to heal. Laughing loud beneath that honky-tonk glow, but secrets grow and neon lights don't show. We danced on glass, barefoot and wild. No promises made, no dreams compiled. We were never easy, never soft or kind. Just two restless souls refusing to unwind. Hard roads and neon lights, that's all we knew. Running from forever, me and you. You wore your pain like an old leather jacket. I wore mine like a song I couldn't practice. Every bar and floor felt like a battleground, till the night we finally settled down. No hand to hold, no sweet goodbyes, just fading sparks and stormy skies. We were never easy, never soft or kind. Just two restless souls refusing to unwind. Hard roads and neon lights, that's all we knew. Running from forever, me and you. Guess some stories are meant to break, like glass that falls with every step we take. No fairy tales, just honest fights, lost in the blur of hard roads and neon lights. We were never easy, and never soft or kind. Just two restless souls refusing to unwind. Hard roads and neon lights, that's all we knew. Running from forever, me and you. Running wild, running free. Maybe that's just how it had to be. I met her down in Tennessee, where the lights burn low and sweet. Caught the breeze that carried her laugh, a melody so clear and neat. The jukebox played our kind of song as the fireflies danced slow. Every rhyme she spoke my name in songs only we would know. The porch light flickered, stars above seemed to nod and play along. Her voice a river flowing strong, pulling me where hearts belong. And every note she sang that night felt like a map straight home, carved through miles and weary days, through all the roads I'd roam. Lily's tune on that endless road, a song that never fades away. And every though near or far. We'd drive past cornfields golden tall, past rivers wide and wild. Her voice would lift me up again like the laugh of a child. Every town would gather round, the music filling up the dark. Her song would spark the fire in me and light that old worn heart. Through every chorus, every line, I heard my name and then felt the warmth of our shared song pulling me home again. Lily's tune on that endless road, a song that never fades away. In every line my name she told, a story that she'd always play. From dusty fields to city lights, her melody's my guiding star. Lily's tune on that endless road keeps me close though near or far. When night comes down and silence falls, I hum that tune alone. A soundtrack song from whispered dreams that make a town feel like home. Lily's tune on that endless road, a song that never fades away. In every line my name she told, a story that she'd always play. From dusty fields to city lights, her melody's my guiding star. Lily's tune on that endless road keeps me close though near or far. So here's to songs that hold us tight and names that ring so true. Lily's tune will ride the wind wherever I go with you. Driving down those fading roads again, sunlight spills on cracked window panes. Rearview mirrors hold the past at bay, but memories don't know the way. That old tire swing still hanging low, rusted chain and weathered rope. Your laughter settled in the breeze like leaves that fall from stubborn trees. Counting miles to where we began, but some things don't fit the plan. Fading roads and old photographs, captured smiles we can't get back. Every mile's a worn out map, leading me to where you laughed. Underneath that wide blue sky, I'm tracing days that passed us by. Fading roads and old photographs still haunting me like the aftermath. The diner on the corner waits, its neon light still bright despite the late. We shared fries under foggy glass. Now it's silence that lets time pass. I reach out to touch the past, but nothing ever seems to last. Fading roads and old photographs, captured smiles we can't get back. Every mile's a worn out map, leading me to where you laughed. Underneath you can't get back. Every mile's a worn-out map, leading me to where you laughed. Underneath that wide blue sky, I'm tracing days that passed us by. Fading roads and old photographs still haunting me like the aftermath. Driving down those fading roads again, with old photographs to mark the end.
Sunset burns low on this worn-out street. Dust hangs thick with gravel and memories meet. Every town I wander, every mile I roam, led me back to the porch of a place I called home. That old dirt road lined with I chased the horizon, got lost in the blue, but no stars were shining the same way they do, until I found myself right back to you. All the roads I've taken, every wild card, every twisted turn, summer nights on the tailgate, cool breeze in our hair, laughter wrapped around us like a prayer. You held on tight when the storms chased me down. Now I'm standing stronger on familiar ground. I chased the horizon, got lost in the blue, but no stars were shining the same way they do, until I found myself right back to you. All the roads I've taken, every wild card, every twist and turn, every beat of my heart led me back to your door, just in time, before we fall apart. Sometimes the journey's long and the nights are cold, but your light's a beacon, steady and bold. No matter how far, no matter the fight, the map of my soul points me to your light. All the roads I've taken, every wild card, every twist and turn, every beat of my heart led me back to your door, just in time, before we fall apart. So here I stand, where the wild meets the tame. Every road I've walked brings me back to your name.
hour's gone, the night feels wide, but there's a light, nowhere to hide. Old porch swing creaks, the air is still, yet in your eyes the fire's thrill.
Candles flicker on the kitchen shelf, your gentle smile all to myself.
In the quiet where the darkness sprawls, I find the hope
That never falls.
even when the world goes black. You're the compass guiding me back. Lanterns on the porch, flickering light, holding back the heavy night. When the lights go out and the storm clouds arise, I see forever in your eyes. The radio's dead, but your heartbeat hums, a steady rhythm that overcomes. Outside the thunder rolls and moans, but inside here our love has grown. Even when the world goes black, you're the compass guiding me back. Lanterns on the porch, flickering light, holding back the heavy night. When the lights go out and the storm clouds arise, I see forever in your eyes. No need for boats or neon signs, your steady gaze is all that shines through every blackout, every doubt. It's hope I find when the lights go out. Lanterns on the porch, flickering light, holding back the heavy night. When the lights go out and the storm clouds arise, I see forever in your eyes. So let the night fall thick and deep in your eyes. My heart will keep. Lanterns glow where the darkness sighs. Hope's alive in your steady eyes. The clock's still ticking past midnight. Old porch light flickers low. You packed up all the pictures, but left the windows glow. I remember how the summer bled slow, back when laughter filled every room. Your jeans worn thin by the miles, and your coffee cup never empty noon to noon. But something changed like seasons, quiet storms we couldn't fight. Still we held on to something not ready nights were long, the fights were all, but somewhere underneath it all, a spark that wouldn't fade away keeps us standing tall. We don't quit when hearts are tired or when words run out their time. We keep turning every page till the last line feels just right. No rush to say goodbye, not till the stories say we must. Love's a book with worn out edges, but we read it without a rush. Maybe the end is far ahead, maybe it's just a bend, but I swear I'll keep us tethered till every chapter ends. We don't quit when hearts are tired or when words run out their time. We keep turning every page till the last line feels just right. No rush to say goodbye, not till the stories say we must. Love's a book with worn out edges, but we read it without a rush. Till the last page turns, I'll be here through every line, holding on, not letting go, till your heart meets mine. When the sun dipped low behind the hill, we packed the truck, hearts racing still. Dust rose up from the gravel lane, fingers entwined, no need for names. Stars were shy, but the moon was bold on that back road where the stories told of two young hearts that wouldn't stray. The night we stayed, we found our way. The world was quiet, just you and me in that small town, sweet secrecy. The radio played our favorite song, we laughed like nothing could go wrong. Oh, the night we stayed till the morning light. No rush, no plans, just feeling right. Underneath that vast, endless sky, we lived a moment that money can't buy. Windows down, the wind in our hair, passing fields that smelled of summer's care. Your hand in mine like a steady flame. Nobody else, no need for fame. Every mile felt like a new song. With you the journey was never long. We found a place where time forgot, holding tight to all that we got. Oh, the night we stayed till the morning light. No rush, no plans, just feeling right. Underneath that vast, endless sky, we lived a moment that money can't I'll think of that night, how we were bold, not in a rush with no regrets. The night we stayed and never forget. Oh, the night we stayed till the morning light. No rush, no plans, just feeling right. Underneath that vast, endless sky, we live the moment that money can't buy. So here's to the nights that slow us down, where love is found without a sound. The road was long, but in your stay I found my home. The night we stayed. Soft lights flicker on the porch where we said our last farewell. The maple leaves are turning red like the stories we used to tell. You packed a bag of memories, I packed a heart undone. Sidewalk cracks beneath our feet, counting steps back to where we'd begun. The old street lamps cold against your face, no words left to arrange, just silence filling up the space between goodbye and the change. We danced around the truth like dancers at a distant hall, trying to fake forever when we both knew we'd fall. This is the line where summer's end, where fingers slip away between the last night on Cedar Street and the break of day, holding on to something fading under moonlight's guarded heart. This fragile place between goodbye and forever before we fall apart. Your eyes told a story of storms we couldn't outrun. The promises we painted bright now slowly come undone. The porch swing creaks beneath my weight like the weight inside my chest. We're caught between the comfort and the courage of the rest. We wrapped ourselves in yesterdays, afraid to let go free, but holding on too tightly only taught us how to bleed. This is the line where summer's end, where fingers slip away between the last night on Cedar Street and the break of day, holding on to something fading under moonlight's guarded heart. This fragile place between goodbye and forever before we fall apart. Now the porch is empty, but I still hear the laughter's fall, a bittersweet reminder that sometimes love can't stand tall. If staying means breaking, then leaving's where we start. The hardest words lie silent in the chambers of the heart. This is the line where summer's end, where fingers slip away between the last night on Cedar Street and the break of day, holding on to something fading under moonlight's guarded heart. This fragile place between
lights flicker on the porch, shadows stretching long and thin. Between goodbye and forever, that's where our story ends. The highway fades behind us, dust kicked in the air. Two worn-out souls holding on like the leather in our chairs. Sun-baked roads and memories tangled in faded jeans. We build our story on promises under broken moonbeams. Trouble's knocking hard, but we don't answer the door. When the world feels cold, we've never needed more. Years have worn the edges, but not the fire inside. At the edge of surrender, there's nowhere left to hide. 'Cause when hearts don't quit at our breaking line, we find a way to hold on through the toughest times. Like steel strings stretched tight against the strain and strain, we play the song of us again and again. Old truck by the river where we swore we'd never part. Hands rough like the road, but gentle with the heart. Words stumble sometimes like stones across the creek, but silence never wins when it's truth we speak. The weight of all the storms won't break what's meant to be. When hands don't let go, there's strength you can't see. 'Cause when hearts don't quit at our breaking line, we find a way to hold on through the toughest times. Like steel strings stretched tight against the strain and strain, we play the song of us again and again. Sometimes the road gets dark and the nights get long, but here in this worn out silence, we find our song. No promise is perfect, just a hand in mine. We keep walking forward past the breaking line. Yeah, when hearts don't quit at our breaking line, we find a way to hold on through the toughest times. Like steel strings stretched tight, fighting through the rain, we play the song of us again and again. So here's to the nights we almost gave in, but the song kept playing and we learned to win. Worn boots on dusty ground, long roads with no clear sound, faded signs, a restless pace. Each step led me closer to your face. I carried stories marked in skin, old battles fought lost within. Beneath the quiet I'd often roam, finding pieces in places I called home. Silent rooms where screams could have been loud, a heart that hid beneath a cloud. But every scar's a map that grew, tracing the path that brought me to you. Road maps of our broken trails, winding through storms and forgotten tales. When quiet shouts were all I knew, those scars led straight to you. Beneath the silence, I finally found a love that's more than just sound. Road maps of our broken trails, guiding me every time silence screams. Rust-stained fences, cold midnight air, eyes that look but never stare. I kept my distance, held my ground, till your voice pulled me around. No need to say the things that hurt. You saw through cracks where light had burned. Every mark, every bruise and line led me to where your hand met mine. Road maps of our broken trails, winding through storms and forgotten tales. When quiet shouts were all I knew, those scars led straight to you. Beneath the silence, I finally found a love that's more than just sound. Road maps of our broken trails, guiding me every time silence screams. Not every road is smooth or clear, but all the pain helped bring you near. No need to hide, no need to pretend. In these broken paths we'll mend. Road maps of our broken trails, winding through storms and forgotten tales. When quiet shouts were all I knew, those scars led straight to you. Beneath the silence, I finally found a love that's more than just sound. Road maps of our broken trails, guiding me every time silence screams. Every scar, a story told, led me to the hand I hold. Sunlit morning spills across the floor, coffee cups half full like before. You said you'd stand where the river bends, but the water's fast and it never ends. Words slipped away with the morning breeze, counting every vow that never held, every silent phone, every tale untold. But here I stand, bruised but alive, picking up the pieces, learning to survive. I'm built from broken promises through all the doubt, like a fire that burns the night without a shout. Scars that map my past but don't define me now. I'm stronger where I falter, standing tall somehow. The porch is empty where your shadow used to stay. Time pulled the colors from our yesterday. Yet in the quiet I hear a brand new song, a melody crafted from what went wrong, counting every vow that never held, every silent phone, every tale untold. But here I stand, bruised but alive, picking up the pieces, learning to survive. I'm built from broken promises through all the doubt, like a fire that burns the night without a shout. Scars that map my past but don't define me now. I'm stronger where I falter, standing tall somehow. It wasn't the end, just a bend in the road, lessons in the cracks where the cold wind blowed. From every fall I found a way to rise, seeing truth clear in these worn out eyes. I'm built from broken promises through all the doubt, like a fire that burns the night without a shout. Scars that map my past but don't define me now. I'm stronger where I falter, standing tall somehow. Sunset faded, but the fire's still bright. Built from broken promises, I'm alright. Gravel bands beneath my boots, and dust kicks up from worn-out roads. Every mile a memory line, tracing back to you and I. Sunset paints the sky in gold, older roads and tales we've told. Horse stables where laughter flew, but every road led me back to you. Around every bend, under
distant past, but I don't mind, 'cause through the dust and all the views, every road led back to you. So here I stand, warm but true. It's funny how the hardest roads lead to the sweetest scars. You walked in like a wildfire, caught me underneath the stars. We met down by the riverside, where the wild grass always bends. You smiled with open hands, like you'd fit inside my worn out friends. There was danger in your laughter and a storm behind your eyes, but loving you was the bravest thing beneath those uncertain skies. Every step we took borrowed time from pain, but I held on tight through the pouring rain. Between the cracks of our time, where the nights ran deep and wide, I gave you all my unsaid words, no place left to hide. Even when the world turned cold and the wind would never shift, loving you was the bravest thing, the toughest kind of gift. I remember that old highway, your hand slipped into mine, faded signs and open windows, chasing dreams we'd never find. The road was rough and endless, but you never let me fall. In the breaks of our broken story, I heard love's silent call. We danced on brittle glass, learned to trust the night. With every bruise and scar, you made the darkness light. Between the cracks of our time, where the nights ran deep and wide, I gave you all my unsaid words, no place left to hide. Even when the world turned cold and the wind would never shift, loving you was the bravest thing, the toughest kind of gift. There's beauty in the breaking, lessons in the pain. Sometimes the hardest love feels like falling in the rain, but I'd cross those faded lines, every cracked and worn out mile, to have held you close one more time, to see your burning smile. Between the cracks of our time, where the nights ran deep and wide, I gave you all my unsaid words, no place left to hide. Even when the world turned cold and the wind would never shift, loving you was the bravest thing, the toughest kind of gift. Yes, nothing stayed the same. The porch light's burning low as night pulls down its velvet veil. Your suitcase near the door, carrying every tale. Remember that summer when the whole world felt so wide? We chased fireflies through fields and our dreams did not hide. Now the road behind us whispers tales we can't unwind, between the words we left unsaid and the tears we try to hide. Caught between the horizon and promises unmet, there's a silence hanging heavy, wrapped in regret. Standing at crossroads of our days, where goodbye meets forever, always holding on and letting go, dancing slow in the space where only memories know. Your old truck's faded paint has stories lined in rust, like the faded photographs, and dreams turned to dust. I trace the lines of your face in the flicker of the flame, wondering if you feel the same, or if only I remain caught between the longing and the moving on, wrestling with the pages of our song. Standing at crossroads of our days, where goodbye meets forever, always holding on and letting go, dancing slow in the space where only memories know. Time's a slow river that carves the stone, leaves us wondering how much we've grown. Between forever and just for now, we find our path, but I don't know how. Standing at crossroads of our days, where goodbye meets forever, always holding on and letting go, dancing slow in the space where only memories know. So here beneath the fading glow, I stand where love once chose to grow, between goodbye and forever. After all this time, searching for the rhyme in our silent chime. sky was heavy, clouds about to fall. We stood there silently, feeling it all. You said we're on a thin line, might slip away. I've been counting moments, trying to find a way. The nights got colder, words were few and sharp, but I'm still fighting for the beat of your heart. It's not the kind of love that fades with time. It's tangled roots deep in this worn-out vine. We're holding our ground against the wind and rain, picking up the pieces from what we nearly gave away, fighting for us again. With every breath we're lost, finding hope in the bruise, fighting for us again. What we almost lost. Remember that morning, the sun broke through our fight. The way you reached out, pulling me back to life. We've got scars and stories, but not a single regret. This love's not done, not just yet. It's not the kind of love that leaves the past behind. It's blood and soil, the quilt that we'll find. We're holding our ground against the wind and rain, picking up the pieces from what we nearly gave away, fighting for us again. With every breath we're lost, finding hope in the bruise, fighting for us again. What we almost lost. When the night feels endless and silence gets loud, I swear I hear the promise we both vowed. No giving up, no turning back this time. In the fight for us, your heart still beats with mine. We're holding our ground against the wind and rain, picking up the pieces from what we nearly gave